Hi, everybody. It's Jpage and Jenny Verna from Sandals Resorts. She is our business development manager for Sandals and Beaches Resorts in the Caribbean. And today we're here to talk specifically about Sandals South Coast. So, Jenny, if you
Ooh.
want to take a minute and talk to us a little bit about who you are and what you do, and let's talk about South Coast. It's a beautiful resort.
Hi, Jeff. Thank you again for having me. So, like you mentioned, today we'll talk about Sandals South Coast, which is a beautiful resort. So, based on the slideshow we have here for you, you'll see some great pictures of our resort, some new innovations that we introduced in the Caribbean. And the reason why I love this resort is because it's all beachfront. So you only, no matter what room category you're in, you're always only steps away from the beach, which is amazing. So beach lovers, this would be the one for you.
Yeah, it was the beach is beautiful. Nice
Mhm.
walk. It's easy sand to walk in. I mean, it
Calm
we
waters.
yeah, the water's always calm. I don't know if it's like that all the time. There was eelgrass right up to the shore. You can kind of see it even in
Hmm.
this picture. So it may not be the people's favorite swimming beach, but still a beautiful beach and plenty of snorkeling and stuff to do right there off the coast. We snorkeled
Yeah,
the whole length of the beach up to the pier. You can see up to the bungalows basically while we were there.
yeah, beautiful. Love that picture. Nice sunset.
Yeah, so that was one night when we were there at Latitudes before dinner. So tell us about Latitudes. What is Latitudes since it's
Latitudes is
new?
actually my favorite place on resort, and it's also my background today. So I'll move over so you have a better view of what it looks like. So pretty much from the Latitudes overwater bar, you'll have a view of the overwater bungalows as well. So what that is we were, if you were not aware, we were the first company to bring overwater bungalows in the Caribbean. So we utilize those innovations to bring you overwater restaurants, overwater bars, which is the latitudes, and also overwater suites. So and overwater chapels. So we have everything overwater these days. So Sendal South Coast is where we first introduced our overwater bar, the Latitudes, and now we have two resorts with the Latitudes overwater bar.
Yeah. So that's a picture I took the night I was there. What I was headed off to dinner, so it's pretty picturesque. It's beautiful. The water was pretty calm though. The 3 nights we were there, so that was great. So latitudes is on there. So the overwater. We talked about overwater. We have the overwater wedding chapel, and I was
Yes.
there for when I was there last year. I was doing the wedding training, so
Hmm.
I was shocked to know you could rent the over the water wedding chapel for $750. I think it is what it
Absolutely.
cost. You want to talk about that a little bit? We'll just touch briefly on weddings here.
Yeah, this resort is just a beautiful one to have a wedding because of the way it's set up. It's larger in size, which means there's so much space for you to host events, large groups. We can accommodate all at Sandals South Coast. And again, like I mentioned earlier, everything is beachfront. So we have three major villages at Sandals South Coast. So we have the Dutch village, the French village, and the Italian village. So no matter which one of the villages you're in, you're minutes away from the beach. And you can also choose, it is a 2 mile long beach, and you can choose where you want to host your wedding. You can do it at the Overwater Chapel. I highly recommend the chapel because you're traveling all the way to the Caribbean. Why not get married over the water, right?
And for that price, it's nothing. So this is
Yeah.
a picture of the one of the bungalows, over the water bungalows, and you can see the floor. You can see through. The day we were there were tarpon, probably 6 feet long, several of them swimming right under
Yeah.
that bungalow under the floor. So it was pretty cool.
In the
Um,
evenings, they turn on the lights, so you get to have a nice view of the fish swimming in at night. You can have a nice romantic dinner right on your overwater bungalow. It's very, very nice to see.
Yeah, and this is the bathrooms. Obviously, one of the bathrooms. So obviously, I didn't set these slides up to follow a conversation. We're just kind of talking, so
Right.
don't let the slides throw you off. But here's another view of one of the other rooms. That's not one of the bungalows. That's just one of your standard rooms.
Yeah. A
So
lot
can
of
you
our
go?
butler suites and our club suites come with the Tranquility Soaking Tub. So this is kind of a signature of ours. So when you're booking those suites, especially the Love Nest suites, we'll have those right on your balcony, and we have, you know, the curtains for you, the privacy curtains if you need it.
Yeah. So and they're nice. They're big
Yeah,
enough. I'm a big guy, and I could definitely get in there and have plenty of
yeah,
extra room. So there's plenty of room in there.
definitely.
So tell me about the restaurants on this property. What restaurants are there, and then what's your favorite?
Yes, we have about 11 different culinary concepts at Sandals South Coast. I would say my favorite is the pizza. There's some great, you know, oven baked pizza at Sandals South Coast. This is where I like to have some lunch, but we also have Sushi on the Sand. This is a great restaurant where we serve sushi and it's right on the beach, so you can enjoy a nice sunset while you're getting your dinner. And as we mentioned earlier in our previous videos, actually, since Singles is an all inclusive, you can jump around for your dinner. So you can have appetizer at one and just finish up your dinner at the other. So this is what I like to do. I like to start with my sushi first, and then I go to Neptune's for my seafood. I just go around and trying to taste everything. Some of our restaurants do require reservations, so make sure you put your reservations down first, so you know
Yeah.
exactly where to start and where to end. But we definitely have enough dining options for everyone on resort.
Yeah,
So we have, yeah,
we
go ahead.
stopped in the Asian restaurant one night and just asked the chef to cook for us. It wasn't real
Yeah,
busy, and we just
yeah.
said, "Hey, cook whatever you want." And we had a great meal because we didn't know what was coming. He said, just cook us whatever you feel like cooking, and we'll figure it out from there. And
Exactly. And it's unlimited. So you can just look at the menu and you tell them, I want five of those, or surprise me. What's your special this evening? And they'll bring you everything.
yeah, so it was good. He literally cooked stuff that was off the menu that night, so because it was
Yeah.
slow enough, he could play a little bit. So we said, "Do whatever you want to do. We don't care. Just bring us food." So it was nice.
Hmm.
So I don't know if you've noticed that the over the water bungalows, the walkways are shaped like a heart. So just
Yes.
another little touch from Sandals there. So we've talked a little bit about weddings. We talked a little bit about restaurants. All the restaurants from there I remember being very good. I
Yeah.
don't, all of them. I was like, okay, I could come back here tomorrow night. So that was good. The room categories. I know we're not going to go into love all the room categories, but can you explain the basic three?
Yes. So the basic three room categories are luxury, club, and butler. So we have different accommodation per room category. So luxury would be your entry level. And then your club is your next step over. So this is where the VIP experience begins. This is where you have room service, you don't get to experience at the luxury. So I highly recommend starting at the club level. And you also have a mini bar stocked inside of your room with red wine, white wine, juices, water, beer, and your liquors as well. So that could be your vodka, your, whiskeys, your rum. And now in the butler level, this is our top tier room category, and this is where our overwater bungalows come in. By the way, our overwater bungalows come with a already reserved beach cabana for you, and you also have a private transfer in a luxury transfer to and
Come on,
from the
Jenny. Who needs a
club.
beach cabana when you got this in your room? So,
Sorry?
who needs a beach cabana when you have this in your room?
Right? I don't believe our overwater bungalow guests leave their rooms at all.
Like, so your butler here, since we're talking over the water, will bring you anything you want. Literally, if you just
Yes.
want to stay in your room, and he'll bring you breakfast, lunch, dinner if that's what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really a nice feature. So over the water, there's two categories. Can you tell a little difference between the two categories on the over the water?
Yes, so with the overwater bungalows, we have, well, either the overwater bungalow or the overwater villa. Now, the overwater villas, you can only find those at Sandals Royal Caribbean, and the villa is about 1,800 square feet. Pretty large, so very spacious, and you also have your private plunge pool, a very large patio, and of course your tranquility soaking tub on the patio as well. The difference between the villa and the bungalow is the bungalow is smaller in size, so about 900 square feet. So as you can see, it's half the size, and there's no private pool for the bungalows, but you have access to your natural pool, which is the ocean, and you can just go jump in, jump out, swim in, swim out as you please, right from the bungalows.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're awesome. Either size. I didn't realize we didn't have the bigger ones here at South
Mhm.
Coast, but either way you go, they're awesome. Are they still booked up like 2 years in advance?
Oh my, these are like hotcakes. They, as soon as we open, they always run out. But you can always find, 3 night stays in between, which is awesome. You can always do split stays where you stay 3 nights in an overwater bungalow and finish off your vacation in another one of our butler suites.
Yeah. So that's what I've found with my clients is the 2 nights in the over the water, two or three in over water, and then finishing
Hmm.
off on land. Saves them some money and also gives them the experience of both styles of the hotel. So it
Yeah.
really does work out good for them.
It's great
Um,
for the destination weddings where you can stay at any of our butler suites for your destination wedding while you have your friends and your family on resort. And once they leave and you extend for your honeymoon, you can just switch over to the overwater bungalow and have that experience.
oh, that's a great idea. Yeah,
Hmm.
I like that. So the location of this is on the southern end of the island.
Yes, in
Uh,
White House, Jamaica.
so it's basically the southwest end of the island. It used to be the White House, was
Yeah.
the old name of the hotel.
Yeah,
Um,
we used to be called Sandals White House because of the area. Now it's Sandals South Coast.
so it's about 2 hours from the airport.
Yes, we have updated the road from the Montego Bay Airport to South Coast. So now it's about 75 minutes. So it's a 75-minute transfer, not as bad as it used to be, and the road is so much smoother.
Yeah,
You
last time I was
can,
there, they were under construction, and
yeah.
that bus driver put that bus in places I didn't think he could do. So,
Yeah, you have to go through Negril first. Now
yeah,
you can just go, it's a straight shot to South Coast.
it was very interesting that bus ride. I'll never forget that one.
Oh, yeah. And keep
Now,
in mind, they drive on the right side of the
yeah,
road.
yeah. So I was looking out the window, and there was like 2 inches on both sides of the bus, and he was still just
Hmm.
riding along. But anyway, I'm glad that construction's done. You can also grab a helicopter there for a
Yes,
reasonable amount of money too. It's not all that expensive. So. The nice part about it being out here, it's really the only thing in this area of the country. So if you really want that secluded area where you're away
correct.
and it's quiet, this is your hotel. This is not the hotel with lots of nightlife. This is your I want to get away and just get away and decompose or decompress, not decompose.
Yeah. Decompress, yes. It's a
Yes.
very quiet area. There's not much going on in the south coast of Jamaica. I would though recommend doing the Wyeth Falls tour. It's amazing. There's a great falls there. You can zip line. So it's not there's still things to do, but it's not as lively as Montego Bay or Ocho Rios.
Yeah. Yeah, and anything you're going to do here is going to be a little more of a drive than some of the other
Mm-hmm.
destinations in Jamaica, but it's still a beautiful property. And I mean, you can always do your day trips if you want to get away, but there's enough restaurants and enough to do here just to
Yes.
spend a week on the beach and the pools and be plenty happy. So I know we've talked about all inclusive before, but I know Sandals all inclusive. Well, it's a good time to talk this. The boat picture comes up. So diving is included as well.
Yes.
Most hotels only include motorized water sports, so diving is included at this hotel. And if I remember right, you can get a diving lesson that's good for up to 30 feet for less than $150.
Correct. So it's a
So
nice entryway to the scuba diving world.
so even if you've never dove before, you can jump on the dive boat and go out and get that experience and see if it's something you want to do future in a safe environment. And they are certified by Patty, if I remember
Correct.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So they're certified divers. They're not just just anybody doing it. They're not or not nationally internationally certified diving outfit.
Yeah, and we were voted top five dive destinations in the Western Hemisphere. So our trainers are very well trained and they're very easy to talk to. So they make you feel comfortable. So if this is your first time, they're here to walk you through. They're not going to leave you in the ocean by yourself. They'll be there with you. They'll show you the different sea life that we have in the area. So it's a very interesting excursion to do on your vacation, especially if you've never experienced it before. So it's something very new and exciting, and you'll see it makes you realize how chaotic the outside world is because it's so quiet underwater.
Yeah,
I highly
I love
recommend doing
jumping in
it.
the water and snorkeling, and
Yeah.
diving is on my list. Actually, last year in June, my wife gave me diving lessons for a birthday present, and I
Very
still haven't
nice.
managed to do them. So it's coming.
Yeah.
It's just been one of those years, different things going on.
Yeah, definitely.
But what else about this property? I'm sure there's a nice spa here. I didn't grab any pictures of it. So if you want to talk the spa and the benefits of the
Yes.
spa,
We have a beautiful spa right in the garden, so it's very quiet, very calming. The spa treatments are at an additional cost, and you're free to tip your masseuse or any of the staff members at the spa. But any of our clients are welcome to use our hot and cold plunge pools and the sauna, a steam room as well, so free of charge.
and if I remember right, that was like on the back side of the property next to Butch's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, really nice spa. So the treatments are there. You can do couples or individual. You can spend the whole day in the spa if that's where you like to be.
Correct.
Um, it's there's a ton to do here as far as the hotel itself. It is one of the quieter resorts, but it's a fairly large resort. But
Yeah,
you don't feel you don't notice the people because it is big enough that people are spread out. So you don't notice
correct.
that you can come here and grab a chair on the beach and kind of feel like this picture we're looking at, like there's nobody around you.
And
So
if you're
it's
one of those active couples, you'd like to do some limb sports while you're here, we have a pickleball court at Sandals South Coast. So this is great because I know a lot of people are doing pickleball now. So we just introduced our pickleball court, and we also have a tennis court.
awesome. I
Hmm.
know it's funny because all of a sudden pickleball is a big sport. You're hearing more and more about it in the resort world,
Yes, it's
and
a growing it's
just
a
kind of
growing sport.
popped up over the last couple of years. I'm sure it's been around lot more than a couple of years, but
Right.
I've only been hearing about it in the travel world for maybe a year and a half, if that. So it's good that you jumped on that already. That's awesome.
Yeah. So if
So
you're a pickleball
anything,
player, get a group together and go play at Sandals South Coast.
there you go. And group travel is awesome. So Sandal South Coast obviously is couples only. But how does that work with groups if you have 20 people that want to go and some of them may or may not be couples?
So they have to be couples at the Sandals. The only time we have singles really is for destination weddings. So weddings are really a very special event. So this is where we have the single rates or single rooms. But when it comes to sports groups, it usually has to be couples. Now, not everyone in the group has to play the sport, even though we're creating a pickleball, let's say a pickleball group. But everyone, because it's double occupancy, so everyone has to be a couple. Does it have to be romantic? No, but you do have to love, you do have to like each other to share the same bed.
Yeah, but I know women have a little different perspective, but I don't know any guy that I want to go share a king bed with. So
Exactly.
women may be more comfortable with that. I don't know most guys are going to be willing to do that.
Right.
So I actually had a short story, but I had a guy that ended up canceling. He asked if he could go by himself, and I said, "Well, you can bring a friend." He goes, "No, that ain't happening." So
Right.
he
Yeah,
worked it
the
out.
women are a little bit more flexible on that.
Yeah, women might think about it. He wouldn't even think about it. Before I finished my
Yeah.
sentence, he was like, "Nope." So,
But that gives you the opportunity to bring along your wives, your girlfriends, so you can play your sport and they spend the day on the beach or at the spa.
all right. So can singles go in a group environment? Because I've heard mixed messages there.
For singles, it would just be for the wedding groups. This is
Just
where we make the exceptions. For any other group, it would be just couples.
couples only. Okay.
Hmm.
Awesome. Is there anything we missed? I think we kind of covered the hotel in a nutshell.
Yes, we did. We went over everything.
Yeah. Well, I want to say thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it. Again, this is Jeff Planners and Jpage Travel Talks. And thank you, Jenny Verna, for joining us today from Sandals and sharing your knowledge on another beautiful hotel.
Thank you. Have a good day, everyone.
You too. Give me a call and let's get something booked. Have a good day.